Manchester United shares are dropping as the Glazers look to sell more shares. They sold earlier on in March. Of course, the controversy of the Glazers buying Manchester United has started right from the day they purchased it. They purchased the club for 800 million. Of course, they borrowed most of that money. Certainly over 500 million was borrowed, and the club paid the interest on it, not the Glazers. So you can imagine that fans have seen a club bought by borrowing money. They've seen that Manchester United, of course, has been massively successful. You could argue that the Glazers have made it successful, but of course football's taken off, and Manchester United is such an incredible brand that it would have been difficult for Manchester United's brand not to succeed. You could argue, of course, they've done a good job because they bought it for 800 million, and today it's worth $4.6 billion. Okay, that's incredible to see a club go up so much in value. They've bought players over the years, but they've not spent anywhere near their revenue. And despite the debts, the Glazers have taken dividends. They took 10 million. So they've got debts of 500 million at Manchester United, but the Glazers have taken 10 million themselves. They're rarely seen at the club. Of course, they bought Cristiano Ronaldo with the help of Alex Ferguson. And that, of course, has made a difference to the morale in the club, but also the share price, because, of course, he attracts fans, attracts shirt sales. And, of course, his very presence has meant the club's become more valuable. Right now, they're looking to take or sell shares to the value of 200 million. So imagine, they didn't really pay originally. They borrowed to buy Manchester United, and now they're taking dividends and they're taking 200 million off the table. And also at the same time, they still own the bulk of the shares. Of course, we always see that sport is controversial, particularly football. Is it a business or is it really owned by the fans? And of course, the fans feel they own it, and the people that have invested, they feel they own it. And of course, we see that clash often. Manchester United looking to sell shares again. Glazers have positioned it. We want the fans to have a chance to buy shares. Fans will be looking at it and going, Glazers, you're greedy. You're just taking money off the table. That money isn't going to the club. And they're right. The club statement was that those shares are being sold. The Glazers keep the money. That money's not being reinvested in the club and players. Of course, fans will be looking at that and going, Glazers, what are you doing? Okay, fans would like them out. But of course, we know from other football teams, it's always controversial. And of course, what you really want as a football fan is someone to own it, that invests the money almost like it's a fun thing. And they invest the money, they don't want to take any money out. They're running it because they love the club just as much as the fans. We've seen fans own their own clubs, but of course, that's not worked either. Okay, it's interesting. Well, controversy will continue, certainly at Manchester United, but in general about fan ownership. What do you think? Who should own the club? Who really owns the football team? Who's the one that really should have control? It's always been an interesting argument. And right now, again, Manchester United will be hitting the headlines, shares dropping 7% as the Glazers look to offload. Hit subscribe, hit like on my video. Please share the video with it. I'm a Manchester United fan, or perhaps someone that doesn't like Manchester United. Okay, share my video, helps me get out good content on a regular basis about what's happening, not just in sport, but in finance, and what it takes to be successful in life. Please like, please share the video.